You smell like somebody that would play Kingdom Hearts.
Damn! What does that... See, I don't play Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
Well, let's get straight into it. I thought I had some Reddit shit for this week. I don't, but you got me covered.
Yes. So, you know, my fiance and I, we're still planning the wedding and everything. And for some reason, I'm not going to say for some reason, it's not like the internet doesn't know what we're looking at.
Right.
The internet decides to throw Reddit posts and threads at both of us randomly about wedding stuff. And a lot of these are kind of interesting things that people are going through right now. And there's a couple of them that I thought would be interesting to share. And
I don't think this is the one, but I've definitely read one that's very similar to this.
Yeah. There are a couple of them that are close. I think the second one that was in there was kind of similar, but this one I think was just more interesting than that one.
Yeah.
There are some horror stories and some interesting things that happen in the wedding planning world to some individuals.
Right. Do you want me to read it or do you want to?
I'll read this one, and then there's like another one that we can read too.
Okay.
But this one is, am I the asshole for making my father rebook my wedding venue at nearly triple the original cost after my sister canceled my original booking?
Immediate verdict, no. Not the asshole.
And so the story is here. She says, the original poster, my stepsister impersonated me and canceled my wedding venue reservation. She is 18 and a jealous cow. She said, I got the reservation for a steal because I booked early and COVID made things uncertain. So this was a couple years ago. Well, now demand for wedding venues has skyrocketed. The venue is now asking nearly triple the original cost for the same date. They said they'll only honor the original reservation if I show proof that my stepsister committed fraud/identity theft in the form of a police report. My father has begged me not to involve the police. So I told him he'll need to cover the new cost then. All of it except my original deposit because I'm aggravated as fuck.
I don't know why not the original deposit. Fuck, pay that too.
Right. He's going to sell some property in order to do this. He has put down the additional deposit for the venue already, though. I know he was not to blame, but he houses that witch. And by asking me not to report her fraud ass, I can only assume he takes responsibility for her actions. Am I the asshole? I do feel guilty because my fiance and I are much more financially well off than my father, but I just feel like this is not my problem to fix. He did find an alternative venue that was pretty nice and wasn't as expensive, but I said it had to be the original venue. I'm just incredibly pissed off.
That's fair. I want so much more backstory about like this sister.
And I think that's the interesting thing. I don't remember if there was a follow-up or not on this, but some of these original posters come back in the comments. I don't know Reddit good enough yet to like search through all of the comments and find the original posts.
Oh, I just go to the original poster and then look through their posts, and so they don't have an update.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know how to do that.
Right. They probably they're software engineers. That's how we make a decent living. We are spending what we can afford. We have a healthy savings account. I've never taken any money from my father for my wedding. I'm only making him pay for the extra costs for the venue that were a result of his stepchild's BS. If he let me get the police report, he wouldn't have to pay the extra money.
See, like, what does the police report entail at that point? Is it just like, well like
the
that's
fact
a crime?
There's a crime, and basically, to get a police report that gets her down for theft, she has to be proven guilty of said identity theft.
Right.
Which comes along with it, whatever. I don't know if identity theft is considered a misdemeanor or a felony.
Like the
and
dad
whether or not you get jail time. The dad just doesn't want this girl to have a record. Basically, she get a record. And so he's trying to protect this girl from getting some kind of criminal record.
I mean, if I was the dad, it would be on the girl.
Yeah.
Well, that too, but at 18, what the fuck she's gonna do with a wedding coming up this year? Yeah, it would be up to her to pay that
I'd be
money
covering
off,
her. I probably, I don't know.
If I feel like if the dad had any wherewithal to actually punish her properly, we wouldn't even be at this point already. Like, I'm still just looking through the original poster's comments.
All those are like their responses to other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even look through all this. I didn't know how to get here. Wash my hands on my stepsister.
I don't care anymore. She pays my father back. He can deal with the monster he helped raise, but she's definitely not invited to my wedding anymore.
Yeah?
Yeah. This, I'm going to click on this one because I really want to see what this commenter said. So this is the thing about Reddit I don't like. It doesn't show the parent comment it came from. Instead of, it's kind of stupid. And so I have to, and it just takes me back to the whole thing.
Stupid.
Let's go back hither. I think if I click that. Nope.
Or maybe, was it deleted maybe?
No, it would have told me if it was deleted. I'm going to guess. So the comment that we're looking at is, yes, I already reached out to all my vendors and explained the situation. All changes will be done in person from now on. And so what I'm imagining someone posted, aggravated chef 207, probably posted was like the same question I have. How the fuck could somebody just call and cancel your venue without no real like?
Probably more easily than you think. I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
I asked that question almost rhetorically because I know it's way easier than it should be, but it's very much you have a venue down right now that you put down $3,000.
Yeah.
You lose that no matter what.
Right.
Whether you get the wedding or not, you lose $3,000 at the minimum.
Yep.
Meaning that's the lowest amount of money we're dealing with right now. How the fuck do I just call your venue and go, yeah, I'm Kenton. I'm Kenton. Kenton Formz, you know who. Kenton Formz ZZ44. Yeah, I want to cancel my wedding. Don't worry about it. Just cancel it. Cancel it. Thanks. I know about that $3,000. Yeah, I'll lose it. It's okay. Yeah, bye. Bye.
Yeah.
And like that's all it takes. In the version of this that I heard, I think it was Smosh actually the ones who read it out. Like that was essentially the same thing happened of somehow someone's like, if I recall correctly in that story, it was like her fiance's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or some shit was able to, or it could have been a sister or something like that. I don't recall it being an 18-year-old stepsister, but like a full grown ass woman. But the same question came up of like, how the fuck does someone just call? And that's all you need to cancel someone's whole ass like wedding venue.
What if I want the date and it's already booked? I can just call in and get it canceled.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, fuck, like I really want this date. It's already booked.
Like,
hello.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few of them, like I said, there are a few of them like this. I think in another scenario, it was like one of the bridesmaids didn't want to wear the colored dress that the bride picked out. So she called the dress place or whatever and said, oh, yeah, the bride talked to all of us and she told me to take care of this. So I'm doing this for her. We want the colors to be blue
that's
instead.
Bullshit. But I understand that one more than like being able to just cancel someone's. But like, no, like fuck off. Like, what's the secret code, bitch? Like,
you would think. Or it's like we need to talk like
this isn't the number we have on record for you. So
yeah.
But it's like even if someone calls in and goes, yeah, so like I was with you when we went to go look for the suits and shit for groomsmen, right? I was in that process. I should still not be able to make any fucking like changes or alterations to anything on he told me to do it. And that's it. Like that's it. Like it's wild to me.
Yeah, thinking about it now, I'm I kind of want to test this out, honestly, and just to see how far you can get with me there. But like,
all right, are we gonna fuck with Men's Warehouse? I'm down with it. I'm down to do this.
I'm curious to know if they have any fail safes. I'm genuinely curious.
Because literally all it has to be is, okay, we'll document these. We need to talk to Kenton or Michaela and confirm that this is the change that they want to make. Like, that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do as the corporations, like, whether they be the clothing or the venue or the food, the catering and shit. In the story that I read, she was lucky enough to get it caught because they had already canceled the venue. They were trying to cancel her dress too, in the story that I heard. And the dressmaker like raised a fuck ton of red flags and was like, that don't sound right.
I think
like this don't
I
make
honestly
sense.
think I also heard about that one too. Again,
Yeah.
like, Kayla and I were like looking through
Right.
Reddit, like when we were out eating, we're like, okay, let's find more stories.
Right.
So-
It's like, it fucking baffles me, the idea that like these venues and shit, I wouldn't even want to deal with the negative like PR that will come along with not doing my due diligence to make sure that the person calling me is the act. Like, if someone wants to like bail out on this fucking like $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 shindig that I would get paid for, I'm doing everything in my fucking power to keep them, one, like, just for the payment alone, like just to get paid for that shit. And two, like, you're not canceling this without being face to face, so I can look at you and you can look at me and we can both, like, I can see for realsies that y'all don't want to do this shit.
I wonder if you could sue them for negligence.
I don't know.
I mean, you
think
could
so.
definitely sue them for negligence, but I wonder if you could win the case.
I think you would need proof that there was fraud.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we end
Also-
up in the same.
Also,
you'd
I
have
think you
to-
have to have something in like your whatever signed contracts you do with the venue that goes like,
Arbitration or whatever.
or the arbitration or like,
Well, if they canceled the contract without making sure that it was you that canceled the contract, I think
that is, yeah, that is negligence.
because yeah, like
Yeah, actually.
Curious.
But you still have to prove that it wasn't you.
you would still have to prove that it wasn't you.
But some places, I don't know how many places, or if it's just.
But
a
like,
thing
let's
that
say
every
you
place
prove
does
that it
with the
wasn't you.
contract.
I mean, that might be why they're threatening to only do it if they actually come up with some kind of proof, because then they could actually sue them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this place did a contract, I don't know how many places do that. We did a contract,
True.
but I don't know.
I feel like if you're exchanging that level of money, you kind of have to be doing it through a contract.
it's the most safest thing to do.
Right.
I mean, the contract probably says they have the right to cancel it for any reason.
It depends.
But that's, even then, I still think like you have kind of an argument in a court, because it's like you canceled it not for your own reasons. You canceled it based off the idea that someone else called, and you still allowed some. I don't know.
It better not say they can cancel it for any reason, because I'm paying good money. Like,
it's like I would absolutely, yeah. But assuming what they do, because sometimes who knows? I don't know. It's just crazy to me that you can just.
I not lawyer.
I'm just gonna start calling random ass wedding venues.
Yeah, do you
I'm
know
just
the
gonna get
wedding
them
that's at 7:00 next Saturday?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
need you to
yeah.
just go on and cancel that. Me and her, we
Let's
had
see
our
if
problems.
Let's see if we can clear out a whole month.
I'm in.
Oh,
I am in.
my
Just
gosh.
like one every 2 days or so.
Oh my god.
Get a voice changer.
dude.
And they'll be like, what's happening? Our bookings are dropping like flies.
Oh my goodness.
See, they would trace it back to the number that calls. So we just got to call from.
Oh, no,
random
get
numbers
voice
at
are
any
easy to
time.
get.
You have to scam number that.
Yeah, spoofing numbers is easy. Don't worry about that.
Oh my gosh.
That's just a new email and time. Like, that's easy. Oh my goodness. That's fucking nuts to me, man.
But
Yeah, no, not the asshole. Like, not at all. As a matter of fact, I would make my dad pay for all of that shit. You're covering everything, and either you get that money back from your fucking stupid ass stepdaughter or daughter. I don't know what relation she is to him.
She said
as well.
stepdaughter at one point.
Did she say stepdaughter? Because I know she kept saying stepsister.
Stepsister.
I thought she said stepdaughter. at
It's
one
her
point, too.
stepsister,
His stepdaughter
and she mentions that he helped raise her. So I'm assuming
or daughter.
Yeah, assuming daughter from a different marriage. I don't know.
Something. It's a little messy there. But okay. Yeah, me and Michaela were on the same page too, not the asshole.
Yeah.
Like, bruh.
Yeah, no. When some shit like that goes down, report no matter what. Fuck what your dad thinks, man.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly don't like the man anyway. like doing that to protect her is just kind of, that's what makes you the asshole for not like
for not reporting.
You should have went the whole fucking way, honestly.
Oh my gosh. Yes. But yeah, there was that one, and then there's one other one that we both thought was pretty outrageous. And this one has like a whole like follow-up and everything that's actually kind of interesting. Again, I didn't know exactly how to get exactly to it. We were able to find it through the whole entire thread, but you might be able to see it faster. But this one says, and I think that's just the title there. Hold on, let me pull it up.
I've officially...
Yeah. If you got it up, you can read it.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Okay. I've officially dropped out of the bridal party. I'm a size 12 with no plans on dropping to a size 8 by December. Yeah, G, if you need me that like a fucking size 36 by the time of your wedding, I'm just not going to be in that bitch, bro.
Bruh. No. This whole thing is wild.
This is already crazy because what we're looking at, I'm going to have an image of it up on the screen, I think.
Yeah.
But for the listeners, we're looking at a screenshot of what looks to be a group chat. Looks like Facebook Messenger or something. And just a long wall of fucking text. All right.
Yeah. So this is from the bride to her bridal party.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Welcome to my bridal party. I'm so excited to marry the man of my dreams. As you know, this is going to be a very different wedding."
I'm going to stop you for a second. I swear to Christ, if anyone were to start out that message with, "I'm so excited to marry the man of my dreams," or "the woman of my dreams," or any of that mushy, stupid bullshit,
yeah,
I'm dropping out of the party right now. I don't give a fuck what you say to it. Yeah, if you fucking put the phrase "marry the man of my dreams" in your fucking like chat to your bridesmaids or your wedding party, fuck you, bro.
Yeah, it already comes off.
I already don't like this person.
I'm so excited to be better than all of you.
Right, literally. She says, she continues, "We are hoping to do it outside and understand December is genuinely a cold month, but in Oklahoma, it's usually sunny and 70. So
I don't believe that.
I didn't
I
either.
find that Oklahoma does not strike me as the place that normally, maybe actually.
But it's like, it is close to Texas.
I'm going to tell you right now, I had no idea where Oklahoma is. That's why I realized like, oh wait, no, Oklahoma might be south enough. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I could not point out Oklahoma on a map.
I did not fact check this.
If I tried, but either way.
So I just know December. I was like, what the fuck? Then she said, "Just a few things to ask. I handpicked all the dresses and bridesmaid that will be there, so they will all be a size 8. So if you're not a size 8, I recommend hitting the gym. Emoji face. No offense to anyone, but I've had this plan since I was in diapers.
This lying bitch.
Perfect."
With hold on, Oklahoma winters. With high temperatures usually in the mid 40s to lower 50s and overnight lows in the 20s to 30s, the winter months are chilly but bearable. You lying ass.
Literally. I knew to scratch my chin at that.
It's sunny and 70. No, the fuck
70.
It ain't.
On the best day possible, maybe?
Right?
Maybe.
They're going to be freezing outside.
Oh, they're...
in their size 8 dresses.
Oh God!
You've been planning this since you were in diapers, and you can't get the weather right.
You've been planning this since you were in diapers, and you can't get the correct size dresses for the bodies of your bridesmaids.
You fucking handpicked the dresses, and you couldn't just pick all size 8 like bridesmaids. Like, what the fuck we doing? Like, if you gonna be this fucking anal retentive about it, just go on and just arbitrarily pick a bunch of bitches that ain't got to be your friends just as long as they're size 8.
Clearly, you don't really care about the relationship.
Clearly, you don't. clearly it being a size 8 was more important to you than like the people you claim to love and respect to be there for your important day.
Right.
Like being comfortable and being themselves. But anyway, fuck them, I guess, right?
Right. And she continues on further. Your nails need to be cut short and uncolored. Hair needs to be shoulder length and straightened. So if your hair is short, get extensions. No fake tans. As you may notice, my bestie blank 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 isn't the maid of honor and is just going to be a guest. Hashtag demoted. Damn. If you don't know why, just ask when... Wait, hold on. If you don't know why, just ask. We have an understanding. We also want no kids at the ceremony. That's probably the one normal
That's the one fair thing I've heard so far.
Except my flower girl, but she will only be present to throw flowers. Then her parents are taking her home. In the
Whoa!
I forgot about that.
Okay, you threw the flowers. Now get in the catapult.
You took like the one reasonable thing anyone could agree with you on and immediately made it evil. Like,
now your parents get up, leave the ceremony,
hey,
take her home.
You see this fun, beautiful ceremony that we're going to have you walk in just to get a taste? Yeah, your taste is over, kid. Goodbye.
As soon as she gets off stage, make sure she gets that muzzle on.
The muzzle, the leash, and the straight jacket, man.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, bro. Oh no, I would, even if I was a size 8, I'm not in this wedding party off principle of just being a morally good person.
If the whole hair, nails, size thing didn't throw you off, like physically,
right?
This thing would throw you off morally.
This should throw you off completely.
We made the unsubstantiated comment earlier about her not caring about her real friends, but she cut her own bestie off as the maid of honor for
my god, yeah.
reasons.
Like,
they have an understanding.
they have an understanding. No, you're a raging bitch on wheels that told your best friend that she's not allowed to be at your fucking wedding because she doesn't look the part.
Well, you know what it probably was? She probably had a problem with almost everything.
That too.
And then the bride was like, no, fuck you. You're demoted to guest or promoted to guest,
right? Or I'm hoping the best friend just had like a clear conscience of like, I'll be there, but I can't be a part of this. I can't co-sign this, but like, come on. Dude, if
it gets
any of you motherfuckers
too.
ever had these kind of demands for your wedding, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're not the person I thought you were.
Yeah. You haven't got into the last paragraph yet. You need to
I know. We got to get to this.
I'm sorry if it seems like a lot of demands, but this... Hold on, wait. Fuck, I zoomed in. Shit.
Damn.
God damn it.
No kids at the ceremony except my flower girl, but she will only be present to throw flowers. Then her parents are taking her home. I'm sorry if this seems like a lot. I'm reading this now.
Yep, go ahead.
Like a lot of demands, but this isn't special day. It isn't?
She has grammatical errors in here.
Well, grammatical errors.
Yes.
If it seems like a lot of demands, but this is a special day and I just want it. And just want it like I always pictured.
Everybody in size 8's freezing their asses.
This is all in fucking mid-December in Oklahoma.
With no kids.
And no kids, which, once again, fair, but we're going to have a kid there. She just has to get the fuck out. Please be respectful, and we will have an awesome time. One last thing. I'll be sending my Venmo and Cash App to the ones who haven't paid the $500 deposit towards the honeymoon in Hawaii.
Donation
towards the honeymoon in Hawaii. Fucking the party cracker, whatever the fuck that thing is. Emoji. Love you guys. Can't wait to be a wifey.
$500 donation?
What the fuck you mean we got to make a donation to your honeymoon, bitch?
I mean, donation implies it's a choice, but the way she's throwing it in there implies it's not a choice.
That's just the price of being her bridesmaid. This is the price for the privilege.
I desperately need some commentary from the OP.
Oh, there's more. There is. I don't know how to get there though. You did the way that you did it last time. Do that here because they posted updates.
Oh, okay, there are updates in here. Okay, I'm just curious I'll just read a couple comments here. I'm just curious what her reaction was when you dropped out. She seems like the type to take it personally and lose her shit. OP responds, she was hurt, but said she'd figured I wouldn't be able to drop the weight since I recently gave birth and expecting me to donate to her honey and still expecting sorry, their fucking grammar is all over the goddamn place. And still expecting me to donate to her honeymoon. That's a big fat no from me. I will be sitting at this wedding and instead going to stuff my face at Burger King.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Dude.
Oh my goodness, dog. Oh man, let's do some sleuthing here right quick. See if
updates.
She plays Pokemon Go. So one of the updates, looking at it here, actually this is a year from the original. Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
This is like after the aftermath, part of the aftermath.
Okay, so OP says, wedding was postponed till further notice, which is a year after the original incident.
Yeah.
The bride had a mental breakdown after this went viral. Oh, her best friend sadly passed away a few months ago. I hadn't realized until recently. I ran into my cousin, the groom, before Thanksgiving, I think, and he talked to me but was very standoffish and said he loved me but needed space from family, which I completely understand. From what I hear, they're in counseling and still plan on getting married, but haven't set a date that I'm aware of. December weather was actually on and off. It was cold one day and freezing the next. I actually think we had one tornado watch around the date of the would-be wedding.
Yeah. So shit went south.
Jesus. Thank you for the update. I'm so sorry this happened to her. I'm glad to hear that they are in counseling and I hope they still get married. I kind of don't, but I don't know much about this girl.
Yeah. And I think there may have been one
hope
more
she
update.
learns from her bullshittery.
It would be fantastic if she did.
Mm-hmm. Damn, you have to scroll all over again.
Did it just make me? All right, we're not doing that.
I was gonna say it's fine.
I'm not gonna kill my goddamn.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's another one.
So that was technically before the one you just read.
Oh, okay.
So this, yeah.
So this one looks like it's pretty recent to the post itself.
Yeah.
So I just got a call from Bridezilla. That's what everyone is calling her on this post, and it has a nice ring to it. And hadn't seen this post on Facebook and knows it was me because of my post history. And I'm officially kicked out of the wedding, and she has blocked me on all social media. My cousin has as well, but I'm almost positive it's because she made him do it. I was told to take this down. She said she's not a racist and not as mean as I'm making her out to be. Her mother then called me and said some very mean things to me and talking about suing me and calling the cops if I don't take this down. I'm nervous that I might have crossed the line when I posted it. I just thought it was so absurd and ridiculous that to be so demanding and never wanted to hurt my cousin, and really sad that I might never get to talk to him again. If you're reading this, cuz I'm so sorry, I love you, cuz I'm so sorry, I love you so much and know you're going through a lot, but this girl is making you cut out family and friends and I don't want to see you get hurt. If you did block me, then I understand and will respect your decision, but if she made you, please remember I do love you and care about you and hope we can talk again soon. So what sums it up right? Of course they're mad at you for posting her words. It forces them to face the reality of what a little monster she is. You did the right thing. You get the cops involved in what? A, no names are given. All names are crossed out. And B, it's not like she's lying.
The truth is an absolute defense.
You made me look like a monster.
No, bitch, you made you look like a monster. Like, you're being a monster. I didn't make you look like shit.
No words are photoshopped there.
Like, I have to, like, someone comments, I have to know, I have to know, are you even bothering to go at all with the $500 admittance fee, or have you just said no to the entire fiasco? OP says, I couldn't even afford a honeymoon for myself, and I got 2 kids that want to go to summer camp. She is tripping, and I know a few others have already dropped out as well. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, some of this I didn't even read through, so I don't even know. It was really just those bigger updates that I was like, ooh.
Someone asks a question that I have that I'm also a little curious about, but I'm gonna read the whole comment. Sometimes I want to leave this sub from reading crap like this. I know what I signed up for, but holy smokes, this is just delusional. It does make me question, though, how are people choosing their friends? No way this was the first time this lady expected crap like this. OP responds, so when my cousin first asked her out, she got super upset he took her to Casa Bonita.
Wait.
It was still in Tulsa at the time and posted on Facebook about how cheap he was and made a poll asking if she should go on a second date.
God.
And this motherfucker is
Trying to marry her?
She's for the streets.
absolutely, sorry for the side tangent, but Casa Bonita is actually a real place. I only heard of it on South Park. Sorry for my ignorance. I'm a Kiwi who's never left New Zealand, like, which is the best part of the, like, I only know of Casa Bonita because of South Park as well, but I know it's a real place. They used to have one here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but it has since been closed now. They only exist in Colorado. They had the best cheese enchiladas ever. And sopapillas. I don't know what that is.
I would have butchered that. Living in a Cherokee.
How old is this woman? She is 34, I believe. She was a grade under me and my cousin 29. Oh. They met through my oldest brother about 10 years ago and on and off until this past January when he proposed.
Ugh.
So I'm going to preface this with, I don't think there's anything wrong. Like, I think it's a weird and archaic, like, standard that the man has to be older than the woman. So what I'm about to say is not to, like, shame or discredit any relationship where the woman is older. But pattern dictates that almost every time I see a 5-year age gap with the man being younger and the woman being older, some bullshit's about to go down. Almost every fucking time. Like,
I trust your experience.
Correlation isn't causation, but
seems to be some real humdingers going on here. Like, someone needs to save your cousin. Yeah. 34 years old.
And behaving like this.
But now you see why it took her to fucking 34 to finally get married. Because she had to do it with someone who doesn't.
She had to do it with a total pushover.
With a total pushover.
Yeah.
Like, she made a fucking Facebook post shaming the first date. Like, I could extrapolate a lot of information.
Yeah.
Like, just based off of that bit alone.
Yeah, if somebody made some shit like that about my first date, it would be real.
There's no second date after that.
Yeah.
But that's like it that tells me that homeboy, like,
Coochie would have to be real good.
Or he
I don't
just
even
had
think
no
that. I think
self-respect,
he
maybe?
just has no self-respect, and she was willing to give him time of day, and he, like, is clinging on to just someone willing to, like, show him something.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Planning your perfect wedding since you were in diapers is a very weird and very large red flag. Like, for realsies, like, I know, like, weddings are a big deal for, not to make it gendered, but it seems like very much women really make a big deal out of their weddings.
Yeah, I know Michaela's mentioned that she's been thinking about it since she was young, but
Right.
she didn't say diapers.
Right? Like,
Well, it's an only point in a woman's life at which she has full anatomic.
come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
She has full autonomy and
There you
control over what's going to happen and can do whatever she wants and live out her greatest fantasies.
True. I would like to believe that that level of nuance thinking goes into this. I don't think so.
And then after she gets married, she's basically dead. So
I knew that there was a.
I mean, that's
I was like, "Where's the fun?"
it's all downhill from there.
All downhill from
she
there.
gives up her freedom and her body for children, and Anyways, I love our current socio-political system.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's some of the craziness of wedding Reddit. These are in many different subreddits, I guess. Like one of them, I think this one was in something shaming.
Oh no, this is called choosing beggars.
Choosers beggars. Yeah, I think there's another one that's like in wedding or something like too bad I'm shaming you or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of phrase. Wedding shaming. Okay,
wedding
yeah,
shaming.
I was right with that first one. So yeah, interesting stuff.
Oh my lord!
And we are constantly getting shoved that in our faces a lot. So I may have
course.
more crazy, weird stories.
That's gonna be fun. Oh, that's gonna be a fantastic time.
Those two are both the same.
Okay,
That's just like comment section under the image.
Okay.
But
Let's do this then. So, is like that the
Yeah.
live action?
yeah, so
Oh shit!
So we're talking about live action One Piece real quick. This is just a quick thing that I thought was really kind of cool, interesting in the, I guess, relation to One Piece and their characters and the live action actors getting into their role, right? So,
As well as a really fun quirk of the fucking One Piece universe.
yeah.
It's just the ridiculousness of like every woman has been hot at least one point in her life in the One Piece universe. It is just a mark of age is when they start becoming more diverse in size and shape.
Yes. This character in particular, though, is different in that sense.
Alvida, yeah?
Yes. Well, you probably know, unless you don't.
I don't know.
It's been a minute. Yeah. I mean, she was the first character in like episode 1 when she was a little bigger, portrayed a little bigger. And then when she comes back, maybe I think 200 episods later or something.
Yeah, I don't know shit about this.
Yeah. Like when she comes back later.
Did you jump in on the Wano arc?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I forgot that you actually haven't watched any of
Yeah.
Did you even watch it
it.
as a kid?
You would know.
Yeah, I remember things.
Yeah, like literally the last time I would have been exposed to anything even remotely close to episode 1, I was in fucking high school when this shit was like airing on Cartoon Network. Was the last time I watched One Piece before.
I have memory issues because of depression, but also I stopped watching One Piece out of rage during Skypiea and took like a 3-year break. So
Fair enough. I mean, I binged through it recently, which is the only reason that I can remember stuff. And I constantly consume One Piece content daily.
By content, he means porn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something I should have shared. I'm mad I don't have it with me anymore.
porn?
All of us were like, huh?
Yeah. No, it was on Reddit. And I think it was in the One Piece subreddit, that or Data is Beautiful. And it was literally an image of, obviously it wasn't porn, but it was all of the One Piece girls in relatively size to how much porn of them exists for them. It is crazy because obviously Nami has the biggest circle. Followed by Hannah Boa.
Really?
Boa Hancock.
Boa Hancock.
I was like, close. I had to
Hannah
think about it
Bulk.
for a second too. Yeah.
Boa Hancock and so it was like Nami, Nico, and Boa.
Okay, I was gonna
like
say,
your top
I'm surprised
three.
Nico
Those are
Robin
the-
wasn't second.
Right. Nico is second.
Because Nami and Nico are usually featured together.
Yeah.
Don't ask
Double
me.
feature.
I
No,
know that
you
for-
don't even have to
wasn't even gonna
expand.
say
You don't
shit.
even have to
We
expand.
know.
We know.
Oh, we know.
I say for no.
Fuck. Then Yamato.
Oh yeah.
Yamato's right there. The rabbit chick.
Yeah.
A few of them. It's crazy how big the jump goes from the top 3 to 4,
everybody
5,
else.
and 6. It is a crazy jump. But no, I really should have shared that. I should have showed y'all that. I'm mad I forgot to.
That would be funny to see. Yeah, if you have that.
If I can find it again, I'll definitely try to pull it up.
But no, like this specifically, again, live action. Season 1 of the live action covers like a good portion of the East Blue arc. If you're all my One Piece fan listeners, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. The character of Alvida, the first kind of like bad pirate that you see and meet, at the beginning of One Piece. The character or the actor or Triss who plays her in the live action, is a little bit bigger for her role in that first season. And apparently she has been, I don't know what she's been doing, but she lost a lot of weight to reprise that role, potentially in the second season, as her, I guess, her post devil fruit eating self, where she ate the smooth fruit, I think.
Smooth?
That sounds right, but I have no memory of this.
Yeah, I think it's the smooth fruit. Basically, she's able to or slip fruit, something. She's basically able to make stuff really
frictionless.
Yeah. Smooth and frictionless. She could just slide around and stuff.
That's actually kind of sick.
She was somehow able to slim herself down.
Yeah, because just all the fat just slid off.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. But I think Oda was just I want to draw her hot now.
I just want her to be hot now. There's a part of me that wildly respects that. That Oda has a type and he's gonna get that type in there no matter what.
Yeah.
Everybody be damned.
Literally every character, even Big Mom.
Yeah. Even
Big Mom.
Which was
has a
seeing
hot
the
version.
flashbacks of Big Mom. It's there's Big Mom as a kid who's just Big Mom as a kid.
Yeah.
Then there's the hot 20-year-old.
Hot mom.
Hot mom. And then there's she's 35 and too old for me now. So
goes back to
being Big Mom. It's Jesus, Oda, come on, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're right. He does not hide it. He doesn't hide his personal preference.
He knows what he likes.
But the actress who plays Alvida, again, just slimmed down. For seemingly, we don't know exactly. This wasn't announced, but her Instagram is showing her looking like this now. So it's everybody's kind of assuming it's oh, you're coming back as your post devil fruit eating person in the live action, which is kind of cool.
That will be interesting.
I like to think that all women that are in a fuckable range for Oda just actually look like that to him. That's just Oda's version of the male. Whenever all women are beautiful to Oda, and they all just look like that.
You know what?
And then as soon as they're outside of the range where there's and he has any sexual interest, he sees they just go back to being
whatever the fuck they were. Y'all might not remember this
that at all.
Y'all might not remember this fucking movie, but Weird Al Gets the Gal or some shit like that. Oh, have y'all ever heard of that movie?
No,
it's
this is the first I've heard of it.
I believe Jack Black movie.
Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal Gets the Gal.
Wait, Jack Black and Weird Al in the same?
No, I said the wrong way.
Oh, I was wait a minute. When did this collab happen?
It's about a guy who gets hypnotized to see
women's inner beauty
as their physical form.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So because it starts, I believe, if I recall correctly, the movie starts out with him being this huge dick to he's chauvinist. That's the entire point. Mm-hmm. Shallow Hal. He gets hypnotized, and so now it definitely plays on some outdated concepts of beauty versus personality, because it was very much, I think it was late 90s, early 2000s or some shit.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And so it was every fat person actually has a heart of gold, and every hot chick is actually a bitch deep down under. So therefore, every woman he found hot after the hypnotization clearly was a fat chick. She actually had to be a big fat chick, and all the ugly women he saw were the stereotypical hot girls.
And all the hot girls were 60,
yeah,
sagging skin. And
Yeah.
Bruh.
But it's like just your definitely like how you just described it. Like absolutely. Like put that movie in my head. And I have not thought about that movie.
I've never heard of this movie before.
I guarantee y'all were like maybe conscious by the
Women
time
are
this movie came
always
out.
a metaphor for danger.
Yeah. Were you born in 99?
98.
98. Yeah, you were
Don't
like,
dox me.
sorry.
Probably doxed himself at some point.
We probably doxed all of us. I almost doxed you earlier by accident.
I'm born on
I almost said
Shmamuary.
your full name, which has probably been said at some point around here.
I feel like I've said my full name on.
I might have. I had to quickly fix it up. That's why I kept struggling to say like a full title for you, because I was about to say Kenton, then your last name. I was like, maybe I shouldn't say that on this thing that's going to go up on the internet.
I mean,
Have your
honestly, if
address.
somebody just searched my name, it would take them 0
It
seconds
would probably take them no
to
time at
find
all.
like my YouTube, probably not my SoundCloud, but you'll find it. It's my shit's everywhere.
I
If
forget
you
this
search my
motherfucker
first
has a
name,
SoundCloud,
you'll
I'll be
find me.
honest.
Kenton County.
Oh yeah,
There's a Kenton County. You own a county?
yeah. I
Holy
forgot to
shit.
tell you about that. Oh yeah, yeah.
You have a
There's
struggling
one
like
in-
this in this fucking house?
KY's
I didn't
Kentucky,
say it was
right?
a well kept count.
There's one in Ohio.
It's in the red.
There's a small
They redlined that
community
shit to
in Michigan
pieces.
called Kenton.
Nice.
There's an electronics store called Kenton.
I didn't even know all this actually.
You
There's
should
a
go
town
sue.
called Kenton.
But
There's
yeah,
a
some of the
Wikipedia
comments
page dedicated.
are not all of them. I think just a couple of them, just so I could like be like, wait, is this for real? For real?
Men's Kenton work shoes.
Some of them are,
Man, that gum Ozempic devil fruit.
and then that was confirmation.
Wow, I thought this was fake, but I looked up her Instagram. This is true. That is very interesting. I mean,
She
so
looks better post weight drop, pre weight drop.
I'm kind of cool with both. It is not unheard of for actors to go like very drastic swings, depending on what roles they want to do, they're doing and trying to get into. A pretty like well-known example was a Christian Bale went. I couldn't tell you what the movie is called, but I know he had to play like a patient in like a hospital or some shit, and he dropped so much weight.
Yeah.
Like he looked sickly getting getting prepared for this role. 50 Cent did the same thing in one of his movies, where he had to play. I think it was a cancer patient, and so he just dropped all of the weight, like skin and bones. He just looked gaunt for that role, as well as like some actors like packing on a ton of weight. As a matter of fact, that was the thing about Christian Bale, is he like went from like that super skinny role to like packing on like 200 extra pounds to be like a fat like sleazeball or some shit in a different movie. It can be pretty crazy, like the drastic changes that actors and shit will make to get into a role. It would be because this is actually her from season 1, right?
Yeah.
I could definitely see this being her coming back for season 2.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I think this is less about just like, the logistics and the principle of losing the weight, and more just like interesting to see that, it's like, oh, she seems like she's really trying to get into this character. Which is good for live action One Piece,
It's good to have people that like and take their role seriously.
Yeah.
Or seriously, quote unquote. I say seriously because like there's nothing about One Piece that should be taken seriously. But if you have someone who's playing the role and wants to do a good job with it, that's always a good thing to have and see.
Because they could have, recasted the different,
right,
Alvida, but she seems like she was willing to, lose.
Man, Oda really is a man of like 3 female faces.
I would say this is one of his more unique ones.
Design, sure, but that face is jet.
The jaw's a little flatter than normal.
The eyes are giving Nami.
It's got like Nami's eyes was somebody else's nose. And then that mouth different.
What'd that mouth do?
And a flat chin. The jawline's a little bit different.
I'll believe y'all.
It's crazy.
I feel like we have to like just stack these. Just take her, Boa Hancock, and Nico Robin. Just put them next to each other.
Nah, Nico Robbins has a more prominent nose. They're totally different.
yeah. Character design, man. Come on.
Oda goes, I'm gonna take, because it's like you either have Nami, you have Nico, or you have a child or an old lady, and then let's just nudge those parameters around a little bit. And that's how he comes up with his other characters.
He built himself a character creator in high school, and that's what he uses for all.
Yeah. Oh, man.
See, one thing that I will always, and I think I looked up and I forgot exactly why this happened again, but I was like questioning it as soon as I saw it. But like how he had Nico Robin a little darker, and maybe this is the anime's fault. Maybe this is an anime problem. Right.
Was Nico Robin too dark to stand next to the bride?
Damn. Her Majesty.
Oh, man.
Nice callback.
Ooh.
Which I don't even know if they got it because it was when the audio was
Oh, that's right. I'm going to slip this in here now then, and I might edit this around later. So during the cut that kind of jumps back during when we were looking through the comments for that one Reddit story, one of the updates from the poster of the one who dropped out because she wasn't going to go down to a size 8 from a size 12, like she was the reason that the best friend dropped out or wasn't allowed to enter some shit is because she was Cherokee Indian or Cherokee Native American. And apparently too dark to stand next to the bride, or Her Majesty, as OP called her.
Because in the text it said no spray tan.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Wow, because, just natural melanin.
You got to be white.
Sorry, I can't have you being darker or just looking better.
It's just so wild to me.
It's wild to me that she's going to walk out of that whole experience. Not OP, the fucking bride is going to walk out of that and still have friends from it. Like.
I don't know. That update got me wondering.
Right?
Does she still have friends?
I don't know. Fucking her best friend passed away, and I'm curious as to what. Which, if that happened, it makes me think that the best friend didn't stand in the wedding, more to do with whatever she passed away from, assuming it was some kind of illness, than it was fucking crazy ass demands. But those crazy ass demands, how do you stay friends with somebody like that, man? Like,
unless that was the one moment when it all came out.
It could have been. Though I've heard a lot of people like, well, this is like their one day, just kind of put up with it because there'll be little Bridezillas. It's like, bitch, there ain't no fucking Bridezilla.
Well, there's some Bridezilla you're allowed to do, but not that
level.
No.
Not that.
No.
Anyway. It's your
Anyway.
day to be a fucking princess. Go be a fucking princess.
A nice
But
one, maybe.
I'm not.
This is not your day to be a tyrant or a monster.
It's not,
Like,
it's
fuck
not your
that
day
noise.
to tax me to be in your wedding. Like,
Well, that's pretty princessly.
Yeah.
damn, you're right. The wedding should be an exact replica of the monarchy.
Gotta be.
Well, at the wedding, you're going to have to pay for the chair that you sit on because I own the venue.
The venue is mine. So, I don't know if you saw this.
I haven't seen this.
So apparently, Flork of Cows. If y'all who know what that is, it's like this.
My favorite webcomic series, by the way.
Blitz got me on this a while ago, and I've been following them and like reading their stuff every once in a while they post. Funny stuff with these like characters that are just like blobs with like
They're socks,
mouths.
by the way. Yeah.
So, okay,
They're technically sock puppets.
Okay, yeah.
For audio listeners, if you've ever seen, like, they're super simple, like, they're usually like 4-panel, but they're not even like panels. They're just like screenshots of these hyper simple, little, like you said, white blobs, but they're supposed to be socks. And the only like delineation between them is like slightly different sizes, and the female socks will have like a little representation of a bow. Like to point that out. It's the most simple art style from someone who does phenomenal art, by the way. Like if you've ever seen Flork of Cows actual art, fucking fantastic.
It's
art.
really good. I think they just started this, like they like did a couple of these that was just like whatever, and it just blew up and got really popular, and they're just like, oh, let me just keep doing this. I guess.
It's also, it helps because people can make their own very easily, and it's like the humor is so on point.
And that actually is interesting because with this specific thing, apparently these characters, Flork of Cow characters, have made their way into the Mexican culture.
Yeah.
And they put these characters just on stuff. And like they don't know what it is. They just do it. And like I don't know how it became popular. People in the comments are talking about it. But like, and I think there are a couple like picture examples. But like apparently it's a tradition for moms to like put them on cakes and to like give them to family members. I don't know. It's a thing that they're doing now, apparently. And so Flork of Cows made this, and everybody's talking about it now.
Which I can't read a lick of Spanish, so
It says
they translate it in the comments. Somewhere.
I've been translating it as you guys have been talking. It's basically it says I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure it says like look.
Here, son.
Here's son. Good cake. Essentially, at least, look at this cake, and then it says, "Mom, do you know this person / character?"
Okay.
And then Mirar, I think is just look.
Yeah, like look at
the
this.
son is showing her.
Yeah, and she just stops smiling. If once again, if you're not watching the video, you should. It's available even on fucking Spotify. Come on, what are we doing? So comments here in Mexico, people have them as WhatsApp stickers sometimes, even wholesome ones, and they don't know. It's just that people really like the character design so much. People put their own captions, often positive or funny, and it's mostly done on cakes because it's easy to draw and relate to. By the way, do you think this wholesome context they are put on goes against their nature, the way they were conceived in the first place? I don't know what that second question has to do with anything.
Cool.
What was that?
My water bottle. Luckily, it's mostly empty and it's water anyway. But
Ice.
Mom,
So I just thought that was interesting.
I want the ass mage on my cake.
I also want the ass mage on my cake.
We still have to do ass mage, sprout mage, and other mages.
When are we gonna get an ass mage
Hold
tattoo?
it. You gotta hold it. There you go.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get a what?
Ass mage tattoo.
That'd be my first tattoo. Yeah, that's actually a really good first tattoo. I'll do that.
Are you gonna get it on your ass?
Nah, I want it visible.
I want everybody to see ass.
I want everybody to see
That's
it.
probably what the son's showing the mom right there.
Could be. Like the ass mage comics and like the different types of mage comics is how I got into Flork of Cows many a year ago. But holy shit, it is crazy to see like how universal like Flork of Cows has gotten, to the point that it's transformed so much that like it's in a whole different culture that's kind of removed from the original meaning of like the comics. Like it's just being used in such a transformative way.
Like wholesome now.
Right.
It's like its own formula, basically.
So Flork of Cows though, right? Like Flork of Cows is probably more memed about for being, we'll get back to what you just said in a second because I did not hear a word of it. I'm sorry. Right. Flork of Cows is probably memed for like its more fucked up comics and shit. Flork of Cows does have some wholesome shit. Like it does have a lot of wholesome stuff.
That's true.
And as a matter of fact, it's kind of become a kind of a joke that Flork will do so much fucked up shit that they'll just drop a super wholesome comic. And it's like, everyone's like,
Oh.
Nah, where's the fifth panel?
I don't
Where do we
don't
make this
trust
fucked up?
you.
Zoom in a little bit more and you see something fucked up
Right.
somewhere.
I will say one of Flork's most wholesome like comics, because he used to do like, or they, she, I don't even know what they actually are. They used to do like more long form, like not long form, but like they'll have like overarching plots to some of their comics. If you want one that can possibly make you cry by the end of it, Taco Bell. Tago Bell.
I was going to say taco or taco.
As in Taco Bell, but if you want to search it,
But in the
Taco Bell.
Florkiverse?
Yeah. That one, read through all of those and you will possibly cry by the end of it. It is very sweet and very like, not necessarily like it's wholesome in a way, but like in a very kind of like tragic, sad kind of way. By the end of it.
Not me. I have my tear ducts surgically removed.
I know that's false.
Joke's on you.
I've seen you cry like a little baby bitch.
Yeah, I was in the theaters with you when we watched Endgame.
Yeah, I fucking was crying like a baby.
And I was in the theater when we were watching Barbie.
Yep.
Did you cry during Barbie?
I cried during Barbie, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
I didn't know Barbie had a cry-worthy
I
moment.
think I cried a couple different times.
Jesus.
I mean, there was one time that I could recall that I got close, which is the time that probably almost everybody did cry.
Really?
Yeah, when Billie Eilish's song that
No, I don't. I've never seen the Barbie movie.
Well, I mean,
I know she does a song for the Barbie movie.
You should
yes,
really see the
it's
Barbie
that
movie.
song.
Having seen the Barbie movie and not freaking out about it is a great way to out yourself as a non-toxic male on dating apps.
Fair.
But yeah, I just thought that this was interesting.
Yeah,
And
no,
I
that's-
knew that you would probably find this pretty funny.
Yeah, just the fact that it's like taking on this life of it. Like the characters have taken on a life of their own. I don't have them out here right now, but I have an ass mage
I was
plush.
gonna say you do.
I should go grab.
Oh, you're there. You go.
Just getting it.
Yeah.
Like that was the start of me like purchasing plushes and shit to support like artists and stuff that I like. Yep, there he is.
Hey.
This is the
Little ass mage.
of something new.
Fucking love.
Don't you agree? Is he actually puppetable?
He is not puppetable, no, which is a
Damn.
little bit sad, but I could probably make one that's puppetable.
Just take a knife.
Just take a sock.
Fishing line. Oh,
I was just take a sock and like, but no, I love the little dangly arms and all that shit.
Dang,
So this was the first thing I got from the Flork like series, and then I also have like a hat in there, but that's not as important. Yeah, so I love Flork of Cows. That's the point. Like I really like Flork of Cows. Their comics are fantastic. But yeah, no, that's crazy that like just the whole culture has gotten a hold of Flork. But I mean, we've done that with stuff. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like ask how many people know that Hello Kitty like comes from a whole thing in Japan. Like how many people actually know about Senryu and shit. Like I feel like it's interesting, but I know for a fact that we do this kind of shit all the time. But I still love it. I love that.
Cultural drift.
Right.
One man was bold enough to ask, "What if sock puppet?"
I can't remember where it was, but somebody was in another country
Yeah.
and they had American flavored taco chips, and they were just Cool Ranch Doritos.
I was
They're
wait,
called American flavored?
Yeah.
Interesting.
we sprinkled some Americans on there. Yeah.
Just sprinkle American on
I
there.
don't like that. What does it mean?
Freedom. We sprinkled freedom on it.
Oh, okay. That is a bit of an actual news. We got your cage stuff.
I'm down for whatever. I can
Let's
move-
take a
I can-
quick break right
yeah.
quick.
Cool.
I can move the rest of the other stuff to next week.
No, you're good. I think we're just going to I just want to get a good break point. So we'll take a break right quick. Get back, because was this even important for y'all to actually read? I need both of y'all to watch this, and I don't think the recording is going to hold up if I do. So we'll break. During that break, I'll have y'all watch both of these TikToks, and we'll talk about them when we get back.
Okay.
All right. See y'all back here in a couple seconds, but I'll see y'all back here in a few minutes.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. The reason I wanted y'all to watch that is
Excuse me?
Huh?
You say something?
when did we talk about this? Was it last episode? Or was it episode 16? One of those episodes I was looking at. And add another tick to the long list of like the way I find this woman so fucking attractive because of her fucking abrasive forward ass like there's something I find so fucking hot about that, including the fact that she's very attractive. But like it's just learning new things about myself.
The way that you want.
The way of like that level of directness of like it's not the aggression, it's the directness that I find fucking entrancing. Like
You really want that tiz Rizz.
I got that tiz Rizz, yeah. I want that tiz Rizz.
Down bad for the tiz Rizz.
Down bad for the tiz, man. It is not upsetting anymore. I actually kind of like it. It does make dating it explains why I fucking hate the dating landscape.
Not a lot of the people you find are like that.
Say it again.
Is that why not a lot of the people you find are like that?
It's very rare to find a woman that is that
very rare to
direct
find a
about
human
that's like
that.
that, let alone any level of like heteronormative like dating standard that
Yeah, I
kind of
guess I
goes through
can
that.
imagine that. As like a first date from a dating app or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Which like obviously to this level I'd expect no one to be like this. As hot as that would be, like I would be hard instantly. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, when he says, "Oh yeah, I'm hard,"
Shit.
you'd be like, "What?" And you'd be like,
What's
"Oh
that?
yeah, oh yeah, I'm hard."
No, we there, babe. Sorry.
Full mass.
That's not what I meant, but.
It's just not what you meant, but this is what I am. Sorry.
I'm Kenton down
Not
there.
what you meant, but it's what I am.
Like
That's what I am, but what are you?
I know I am. But what are you? I know I am, but what are you? I don't know.
Huh? Wait. Huh?
Wait, what? Yeah, no. Gail Moon on TikTok. Anywho, that was a small little side. This doesn't have to. The real news, y'all know Shiba Inu? The fucking Doge?
Yeah. Oh.
He passed away at 18.
That's a long life for a dog.
That's a long life.
It's a long living boy.
Like,
Yeah.
holy, he got to be up there.
Such a good boy, though.
Much sad. Kabosu, the real life Shiba Inu that was the basis for the popular Doge internet meme and became the face of the logo of the Dogecoin cryptocurrency, died Friday at her home in Japan. She was 18.
Oh, plot twist.
I know, right?
3 more years and she could have drank.
On the morning of the 24th of May, Kabosu crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Thank you all so much for your support over the years. Her owner, Atsuko Sato, said in a post on Instagram, she went very peacefully without suffering, as if falling asleep while feeling the warmth of my hands petting her. Sato confirmed Kabosu's death in an email to the New York Times. According to the Know Your Meme website, the Doge meme featured the Shiba Inu in photos that may be photoshopped to change the dog's face. Yada, 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 yada. None of that is important. We lost another hero today. In 2022, Sato said Kabosu had been diagnosed with chronic lymphoma leukemia, a type of cancer, and acute.
Don't try it.
Fuck you. Cholangiohepatitis,
That was really
a condition
good.
that inflames the liver.
boy.
Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, don't fucking ever doubt me.
Yeah. Damn. I'll just stop talking the rest of the episode. Fuck. Fuck me.
I mean, if you want.
I'll say please.
Yay. Yeah, tune in for that OnlyFans. A condition that inflames the liver and surrounding area, per the Times. It was announced on Instagram, but holy shit. Fucking 18 years old.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. And that dog got to live with more stardom than most people will ever get to have a day in their lives.
Honestly, who is the most popular, most recognizable? How should we even categorize this?
I was going to say, yeah, what are we
Most
getting at?
popular dog or most recognizable dog?
Doge, easily.
Old Yeller.
No.
Cholangiohepatitis.
You
I'm not British. That didn't sound right at all.
Yeah, no, you got it wrong because you didn't put an accent on it.
Cholangiohepatitis.
I'll find the black pronunciation.
It's the black pronunciation.
Cholangiohepatitis.
Cholangiohepatitis, bitch.
They had to add the bitch after it.
I think I said cholangio, didn't I?
No.
Cholangiohepatitis.
It's what? Was I right or not?
Damn, boy was right.
Cholangiohepatitis.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
Yeah, I think you did it right.
Cholangiohepatitis.
Word of the day.
I'm gonna make it your ringtone.
Thanks. The ringtone that never gets heard because I never take my phone off like fucking silent.
Now that all of our devices have heard it multiple times, we're going to see a whole bunch of ads pop up on our social media about cholangiohepatitis.
You might have cholangiohepatitis. Yeah. Shit.
I am cholangiohepatitis. I killed Shiba Inu.
You bastard. What was I about to say?
I don't know.
But okay, I remember that. The most recognizable dog. Not Old Yeller, but from the same era. I feel like Lassie would be up there.
Who's last?
Airbud.
Airbud is a good one.
Airbud.
Airbud is another good one.
That's just golden retriever. They all look the same.
But Airbud is one of a kind.
Airbud was one of a kind. That dog could play fucking basketball.
I've never seen it. I don't believe it.
Fair.
You can play basketball, baseball, hockey. You can play
Yeah,
everything.
play like every sport.
You kidding me? That dog was a legend.
Oh my fucking goodness. Oh, the pups, the two. What was that spin-off called? Air Pups?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Something like that. But that dog has a litter of puppies.
Those.
You did?
For a second, yeah. There's the Homeward Bound dogs. There's the Dalmatians.
That was a good one.
There's Tom and Jerry. Both great dogs.
I was about to say.
Well, I was going to say, the pug.
There is Spike.
The pug dog and Tom, but you said no. Tom and Jerry, both great dogs.
Did you just call Spike a pug? Or is there another dog?
Pitbull. There we go.
Picturing Spike as a pug. Just as buff, but like with arms this big. There's like
chronic breathing problem. Yeah.
He has a son who could be that.
Or it's honestly scarier.
That would be terrifying. Shit. But as far as like real dogs go, I don't think so. I think Shiba Inu is like legitimately probably the most famous dog in the world at this point.
There's the idea of a corgi, essence of corgi.
There is essence of corgi.
The whole currency.
It's not even the corgi. It's just corgi butt that got super popular, which is still weird to me.
They're cute and fluffy. Just a little.
Look, it's for people who want to eat ass but don't want to admit it. It's for people who are a furry but don't want to admit it.
It's people that just want to fuck dogs and just don't want to admit it.
That's not what I was going to say.
Sounds like that's what you were getting
That's
to.
not what I was getting at all.
Sounds like that's what you were going to.
I wasn't even implying.
But even if you weren't implying it, the slope was very slippery.
Look, sometimes you just like touching something peach-shaped and fuzzy.
There it is.
And it's not sexual for sure.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, rest in peace, Kabosu.
You need to stop all these perverts from touching dogs. No more dog petting.
We need to stop.
None.
We need to stop all these dogs from touching perverts.
Yeah, not the perverts from touching dogs, but the dogs.
I propose a new ban that makes it illegal for dogs to touch perverts.
Dogs don't know what they're doing.
They have no idea.
The perverts do.
Man.
Kenton, what the fuck is this?
Turn it on. Turn up the volume.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Refresh and turn up the volume.
I don't know if I should do that.
What are they worshiping?
I
Time for our
was
recording to break.
speechless.
I'll
Watch
keep
your
an eye out.
recording.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is just real church.
It's just real church.
It's real church in VRChat. And like I have thoughts.
Of course you have thoughts. Saddleback Church VR is booming. In just under 3 months, we've reached full capacity. People from all walks of life with diverse appearance and styles. Yeah, no shit, it's VRChat. Come together to
Naruto and a
celebrate.
furry.
Right? That was the first thing I noticed. Is Naruto in the first fucking row?
I lost it as soon as I saw Naruto with his hands
Naruto
up.
doing the praise.
Not that, yeah. Like, not the fucking random squirrel girl, like, no clipping through goddamn benches and shit later.
Yeah, and it wasn't the big titty goth girls in the back
Right.
popping in. Yup. I don't know.
Join us every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard.
Actual genuine reaction to this. I think it's pretty cool.
Honestly, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, on one hand, I'm like, it's honestly really cool that they're like actually making this available in this space because this is easy for people to come in, not feel.
What the fuck is she doing?
Praising the
that's
Lord.
on the other hand. I'm still on this hand.
We'll stick to that hand. We'll stick to that hand for now.
On this hand, it's cool because you got all these people who don't have to be too nervous or shy. I mean, you can come in as a random character from a game or a franchise or whatever.
It takes come as you are to a whole different level.
Mumbo
Yes.
Jumbo is in the front row.
Fuck off.
It's not actually Mumbo Jumbo.
I mean,
it's
I was
just
assuming the
generic businessman.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think it's cool that this is an opportunity for people to come in and at least see what this is. Maybe, I don't know how many of these people actually are,
There for the church service and or there for the novelty.
Well, look, there are all
Right.
kinds of accessibility issues with people in different walks of life and like different things and different circumstances, and to be able to still participate in some sort of a communal worship, right, is really cool.
yes.
The thing
Then
I
the
was
other hand.
the thing I was what the fucking about. I thought that was her legs. I thought her feet were just up in the air like that.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, your legs are looking great, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. You were flexing, honestly, a little bit ago, and I was like, ooh, those muscles.
Yeah. Boop, 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 boop.
Enhance the camera. But like on the other hand, I'm like, okay, I mean, while this is great, I feel that in this kind of space,
I'm glad Naruto found Jesus.
some of the comments are really good. Some of the comments are really good. But like, I don't know. I think that there should still be guidelines for this, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like in VRChat and Worlds, you can
That is
like
mumbo jumbo. What the
limit
fuck?
like people and the characters that they choose. I think you can limit that. I don't know, but then it's like, okay, why would you limit if you want them to come as they are?
I was going to say, why would you limit it?
I don't know. I have feelings when I'm trying to go to a church service and maybe this is a me thing.
And
I
this
just see a
fucking-
big titty goth girl with like,
Hatsune Miku is just
Like-
over.
yeah, just like
Spilling.
behind me or whatever. Then it's like, okay, well, isn't that a problem with you and your? It's like maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. That's my other hand thing. That's maybe my personal thing.
I personally,
I think that's a separate thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
bit. I think, yeah, like I think, obviously,
Everybody talking about Naruto.
right? Naruto going to heaven.
Oh, okay. Here's a first
Oh,
hand.
interesting.
First hand.
So I've
witness.
actually been to a couple of these VR church services, and I actually met really cool people from around the world. A common theme is that every single spell check, It says C file. Every single one of them really wishes they could actually go to church IRL, whether they were in a country that does not permit it, they had a serious medical condition that prevented it, didn't have a car or a ride, etc. I also spoke to some who just used it as an additional time of communal worship during their week in addition to IRL church. Really cool and helpful tool for sharing the gospel and building a community. That is,
Yeah.
kind of sums up my feelings on it.
Yeah.
I'd still be late to church somehow.
Yeah.
I'd still be showing up like halfway through fucking worship service.
if Naruto
Barry
found Jesus,
Allen.
you can too.
Say it again.
Barry Allen.
Oh my God, yeah. Fucking the Flash. If Naruto found Jesus, you can too. That is what it made me think of. It made me think of the fucking
The
spirit bomb. Take my energy.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I just thought this was an interesting thing to talk about, and it would, I don't know.
Yeah.
Even though we don't talk a lot about religion or anything, this is like VR stuff and an interesting,
Right?
cool VR thing that's happening right now.
It's an interesting use of this VR space that, once again, VRChat is doing that I'm fairly certain Meta wishes it was doing and could take the credit for doing some stupid shit like this. But Meta's never going to have that. But
I
yeah,
never said that, Meta. I want to work for you.
Mark, Zuck. Hey, Zuck.
Hey Zuck, I'll take your money.
can I zuck your bone?
I'll zuck
I'll zuck your dick.
for 120 to 250K a year, Zuck. You can make me do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, as a concept, I guess my only thing is like, as long as the people running it are taking it seriously,
Yeah.
like as long as they're taking it seriously, I have no problem with whoever the fuck shows up. I have to say, like, if the big titty VR goth girl is there, like, that ain't got shit to do with me. Like, if I'm here for the church. Now, yeah, it would be a problem if you had people coming in and like attempting to disrupt this thing going on, right?
Yeah.
But that also, once again, becomes kind of a them problem. That's an individual person problem than it is this concept in and of itself.
That does bring up a
Probably
good
have
point.
like auto mute or something too.
I think people were speaking. I think you could hear people talking in that.
Well, I mean, that was going into what you were saying. As long as the people who are running it are taking it seriously, I would imagine, I would hope at least, this kind of is in one of those hands, I would hope that whoever is running it has a tight handle on, okay, you know, if people are starting to misbehave or whatever,
Yeah.
like,
You have to have
kick
moderation. Like, you have to
or-
mod this
They
shit.
probably do.
Absolutely. You cannot have a virtual space of any nature and not mod it. Like, you have to mod this. Like, that's just the unfortunate nature of online interaction. But as a concept, I honestly think this is a pretty great way to do it. As mentioned, I am not particularly religious. My religious journey came to an end some 3-4 years ago now, of where I just kind of realized that I obviously grew up in a religious household, grew up Christian, played drums for a church for almost 10 years.
Does look like a humanized mumbo.
That looks like a human.
I'm
Like,
so sorry.
that looks like not even like a robot. It just looks like someone recreated Mumbo in a different editor. Like, I don't even know what that is. Either way. So like, I come from a religious background, and while I'm not particularly religious anymore, I can still appreciate religion and aspects of religion for what they are to other people. And yeah, this is just, it's very wholesome.
Yeah.
As wholesome as looking at a clip from VRChat can ever be.
this is probably the most wholesome.
This is like the most
VRChat
wholesome clip from VRChat I've ever seen. This is the first time I've seen a lot of people coming together in that Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Probably.
Man, VRChat just let you do whatever the fuck. It's great.
Yeah.
This was the first. This is the first
there for a
time.
little bit. It was a little too chaotic for my sweet
That's
little bear.
fair.
Same.
That's fair.
Yeah. I couldn't do it.
We should do that. We should just do a Kingz After Dark.
Dude.
In
group.
VRChat.
In
After
VRChat, yeah.
getting bombarded by like 8 of the same, I forgot what character they were, but they were all kids and they were all like yelling and screaming at me for no reason.
That
I didn't
sounds
know
about
why.
right.
for about like 30 minutes. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm
That's
done.
fair. We have to brave it, y'all.
You
I
got
also-
cyberbullied.
Oh, yeah. And I also met this like couple who, this is actually, I've never told the story actually to anybody. 'Cause I forgot about
sweet. This. Exclusive.
I for like maybe a couple days, I tried VRChat to see what all the hubbub was about. The first day that happened, I was like, okay, I'm done. The second time, I was like, okay, that was just that one time. I went in, and it was actually not bad. It was kind of fun. And there was this couple who they were boyfriend and girlfriend, like virtual.
This is already off to a great start.
And they were planning on getting married. And they had already started to arrange stuff. They had a date. They had a place. They took me to the club that they were going to have it in.
They took you to the club?
Yes.
In VRChat, they're
In
getting married.
VRChat. Yes. They were going to get married in VRChat. Again, these people have never met in person. They're just virtual people.
Were they officially getting married?
Like,
Or
I was going to say, is this like for
just
realsies they were
like
getting married, or this is them just
role-playing,
RPing their
yeah.
whole bullshit?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I didn't want to ask too many questions.
How do you broach that topic? Like, how do you? So, are we talking like legally?
Yeah.
I really want them to have been fucking with you.
I mean, that's what I thought
that's
it was.
what I would do.
But then they took me to the club, and then they started to really explain in great detail what they were going to do during the ceremony, and then where they were going to go after the ceremony to, commemorate the marriage.
Consummate.
Yeah.
Consummate, yes. I don't know words.
Consecrate.
In VRChat still.
To sex it up.
Yeah.
Fucking sex it up, baby.
And they
connect.
explained to me how they would do that too.
They have the dildo and the
Teledildonics.
Is that what's called?
Yeah, or like stuff that's hooked up to the Wi-Fi.
The sex toys that are hooked up to the Wi-Fi. You could like actually.
Teledildonic devices, baby.
Yeah.
And then they proceeded to continue to show me what outfits they were going to wear for that. Yep.
That seems like a lot of info to have to just be fucking with a person.
I'm not gonna lie. The more detail you give, the more I think they're fucking with you.
I don't know.
Yes,
Because
if somebody was getting progressively more uncomfortable as I was going and continuing to explain and whipping it, like, and the more details I added, the more they just politely listened, but also became quietly more uncomfortable, the more I would want to keep going.
That's
and
fair.
if you had a good meme partner in that kind of a situation, you could go so hard. But also, I can 100% believe that it's so real.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's all fun and games because like that's one of those things where like you start off as a joke, but it's like all fun and games until all of a sudden you two are married to VRChat. That's what I'm saying. Like there's so much of that shit that has happened. Of like, I want to say the dude, one of the guys who like got famous for like impersonating a girl on Omegle came out as trans recently. And like realized it was like.
Are you talking about Finster?
I don't know if is Finster a trans woman now?
It's not trans. Well, gender fluid, so it falls under the trans umbrella.
Yeah. It might be Finster. I thought there was someone who like went full on
femme.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of discussion about the femboy to trans pipeline. But there were a couple Omegle people that did that.
Yeah.
Finster was just one of them. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But no, like they went through all of that, and again, yeah, it sounds weird. I didn't want to seem like I thought it was a joke because if it wasn't, I didn't want to.
Kenton, you sat through this for way too long.
I was longer than it was about 3.5 hours. Yes,
I'll be honest. I can't even talk shit because I would become wrapped with like fascination.
Yeah, I was
like
very fascinated because I was like, wait, is this for real? And the more they told me, the more I was like, they're actually doing this. And what stapled it in was the fact that they were like, oh yeah, we talked to a few people already who agreed to be our bodyguards. We were wondering if you would like to be one of those people.
You just met me.
Yeah, but you sat through the 3.5 hour long explanation of our marriage. So like, if somebody's willing to sit through that bullshit, They
You got,
He's
bro,
invested.
you got. I was gonna say you got fucking time shared, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you sat through a timeshare presentation.
The skin I was in was a big, bulky skin too, so it was like they probably looked at me and was like, "Oh, this must be what he always wears when he comes in here." And he sounds like he's probably a bigger dude. Maybe he,
What the fuck is that gonna do for you over the internet?
I don't know.
Look, man, you just have to wield your BDE. Big dick energy, baby.
Yes. So and then I remember it now. They were gonna have it on Halloween. It was like a Halloween party thing that was mixed in with their wedding.
That's kind of sick, actually.
And it honestly, and that club apparently already has like a Halloween thing going on that day. So yeah, it sounded pretty cool. But like they were asking me to bodyguard, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah, when is it? What time? Where? Here? They're like, oh yeah, just be here at this time. You know, with everybody else, we'll be here, and then we'll go through the ceremony and everything. And I'm like, cool. I didn't do it. I did not show up.
Sweet.
You kidding me?
All right,
Are you kidding me?
I'm calling your venue. We're canceling that venue, and we're holding your wedding in VRChat. Everyone has to get a VR headset now.
That and donate $500.
And donate
$500
for your trip to Hawaii.
You know what I should have done? I should have called the club's venue in
Yep.
VRChat and
Yep,
canceled
yep,
that
yep.
whole wedding for that. I should have done that. Yeah. It's like,
Oh my fucking goodness. VRChat. I've still not tried VRChat.
it's
One of these days I will.
crazy.
spent like
That was the
15
second day
minutes in
too.
there.
That's fair.
That was my second day.
Second day on V. That's right.
Day 2.
Look, man, people be out here connecting in all kinds of ways, and part of me is all for it, and part of me is like,
Right. Like, I'm not going to pretend like I did not spend a lot of time on MMOs in my teenage years. I'm not going to pretend like I did not have an online girlfriend. That shit happens. And I can imagine that if I had the technology of fucking VR at my disposal at that age, I honestly probably would have fucking been matrixed. I'll be honest. I would just disconnect from the rest of the world if I could.
and that's why I stopped reading Overgeared.
We'll talk about that someday, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hey, well, we
Anywho.
can talk about it tonight if you want.
We could talk about it
Is
tonight.
it one of the
No, it's it could be. We could have a bonus one tonight. But one last thing before we move the fuck on. Speaking of Halloween,
Halloweener?
because guess you wouldn't know this.
Oh,
For all your fucking hats
So,
and
yeah.
paraphernalia, you wouldn't know that there's a Halloween Sora.
so yeah, okay. So real quick, me dashing the past 6 or so months has been cool and great. I meet people, talk to people. One thing that's constantly come up all the time is, I go into a place and, I ask for the order and people are like, oh, I like your necklace. And they're like, oh, I like your hat. I love Kingdom Hearts. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, the third one, when this happened, that's my favorite one. And this character does that. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay, what's your favorite character? I'm like, oh, man. Sora. I'm sorry. It's the OG. And then they're all like, okay, yeah, good one. Okay. I like Roxas because, I was like, okay, yeah, Roxas. Yeah. And it's like, okay. And then Aqua. And then they're like, yeah, Aqua does this and the Heartless. And then, oh, she dies but comes back or something. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And that was great. And they're like, yes, that was great. I was so relieved. I have no idea what the fuck is
Because
happening.
this fucking poser ass
You
bitch has never played
motherfucking
Kingdom
poser.
Hearts. Has never played Kingdom Hearts. The only person in the house who is themed around Kingdom Hearts
Look,
hasn't played Kingdom Hearts.
It's just the crowns.
I am the biggest poser. And I admit,
Now, you want to know why this bitch hasn't played Kingdom Hearts?
wait.
Because he's smelly.
He hasn't played Kingdom Hearts yet because he was supposed to do it on stream.
Oh. Well, I actually didn't have it back when I was streaming. It was one of the games I wanted to stream,
Yeah.
for sure. But I didn't.
You got fucking clowned in the Discord for not having played Kingdom Hearts. And I remember you saying that you wanted to hold off playing it.
Oh, maybe.
Because of that.
That maybe did happen. I don't remember when that I blanked it all out. But no, I definitely have these things because of the crown, because of the Kingz HQ and our branding. You know, the Kingdom Hearts crown is close to what our crown kind of looks like right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, most people probably wouldn't think to tie this to Kingdom Hearts. Most people that I deal with outside of my friend group.
You know, only this really iconic fucking like logo crown.
Extremely influential.
You know, I have this 3 bubbles logo, but like, and it's very similar to Disney, and I don't think anybody would recognize.
Like, it's just a mouse's head. No one would ever think like Disney.
I just really like bubbles.
I just like circles, man.
I'm very surprised by how many people are like, oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts. That's my favorite. Nothing against Kingdom Hearts. I'm just surprised that there are so many people who are wanting to talk about it.
He's surprised that there's non-posers in the fucking world, apparently. It's not like Kingdom Hearts was one of the most anticipated games of like ever.
But I can't be surprised as I walk around like I play Kingdom Hearts. So
You smell like somebody that would play Kingdom Hearts.
damn! What does that... See, I don't play Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
It means like you're... in this specific instance...
whole insult. Jesus.
Is it?
Yes. Trust me.
In this specific instance, I mean your aura. You're a nerd.
Oh,
You look like you smell like you're somebody that plays Kingdom Hearts. That's worse, though.
That's even worse. He's saying, bruh.
you have the personality and like the interests, and
You have everything except for Kingdom Hearts.
Except you have all the makings of a Kingdom Hearts
You literally have the merch.
You have all the makings of a Kingdom Hearts fan without ever actually having played Kingdom
You
Hearts.
love
It's kinda
Disney.
crazy.
I do.
You love video games. You love Nintendo.
I'm as perplexed as you as to why I really didn't.
I thought you played Kingdom Hearts.
No.
Because you have the aura of a Kingdom Hearts player, Kenton.
I am as perplexed as you are as to why I don't even think I knew Kingdom Hearts was a thing until maybe like towards the end of my high school.
You strike me as a man that would kick ass with Goofy and Donald against the Heartless and rectify Aqua, and then I guess some people from Final Fantasy show up at some point.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They do.
See, I've played Final Fantasy,
you
but
like
not Kingdom Hearts.
You have just been dancing around Kingdom Hearts.
You really
Somehow.
have, man. What the
Yes,
hell?
and I don't know how it has eluded me this whole time, but I think I would really like Kingdom Hearts.
You would love Kingdom Hearts.
You would fucking...
You would fuck with Kingdom Hearts so hard, bro.
And the thing is, Michaela's played like all of them.
You're making her watch One Piece. You have to play Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
I was
Which,
gonna...
by the way, is apparently coming to Steam now.
Yes.
So it's not relegated to the Epic Game Store anymore. It is now going to be available through Steam.
Yes. Kingdom Hearts lovers, rejoice.
So you could take a hot, steaming
Sure.
gameplay.
So, yes, I've been a poser this whole time, and I will continue to wear this until I start streaming again. And I was going to start streaming Luigi's Mansion or something else. No. Fuck that.
At this
I'm
point,
doing
you
Kingdom
have
Hearts.
to do
I
Kingdom Hearts.
have to do Kingdom Hearts. If I don't get on that soon, I'm going to get caught in a lie somewhere.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm
you've
gonna-
already been caught. Don't worry
You've
about
already
that.
been caught for sure.
In the
Oh,
public.
wow, fucking. Oh, I'm going to fuck with you so bad one of these days. I'm going to follow you around while you're dashing. Find someone who's like clearly excited about Kingdom Hearts. Start talking to you about Kingdom Hearts. And then just
out of the
warp you all
woodwork,
way
just-
around. No.
No, stop talking right now. He knows nothing.
No, not even that. I'm going to be like fucking in there with you. I'm going to kick up the conversation about Kingdom Hearts. Get the cashier excited. Make you sit in the middle of that shit.
And try
And
to.
then just fucking like trap you in something
Like,
where
this
you have
man
to
is the
admit
biggest
you
Kingdom
have-
Hearts. He's played all of them. He's even played Dream Drop Distance, man. He's been
Hey,
out
fuck
here.
you. I love Dream Drop Distance.
I'm just saying names. I don't know what they mean.
You were able to pull Dream Drop Distance out of your ass? Are you serious?
Yes, because I've watched a lot of things about Kingdom Hearts.
Fair enough.
The real deep pull is 3/4 of the fucking whatever the fuck. But I can't
358 days over 2.
What?
You'll learn about that someday. It is the dumbest title. No, it is not the dumbest title anymore because the dumbest title still goes to what is the name of it? Kingdom Hearts
Kenton looks
0.5. All right, hold on. I gotta look this up.
I think I have it. Probably. I bought Kingdom Hearts on the Epic Game Store. I did.
You probably have it.
It's been sitting there since I bought it for like a year and a half. It was on sale, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me just nab it now, and I'll play it.
There it is.
Eventually.
Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage.
0.2
is the dumbest thing I have heard come out of the Kingdom Hearts series. Like 0.2. So
was there a 0.1?
No.
So that's a prequel?
Why it's called 0.2, I couldn't begin to tell you. So there's obviously Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. This 0.2 came out before 3. There's also, it's crazy that we only have 3 games in the series for a series that has 20 some odd plus games now.
Huh?
Yeah, I know, right? So there's like Kingdom Hearts 2, then all of the others. Kingdom Hearts Recoded, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts, like 3 different mobile games. There's then 358 Days Over 2. The DS game. Then there's also Dream Drop Distance, the sequel to that, as well as a bunch of other shit. Kingdom Hearts.
Do I want to start this series? I looked up the games to play.
They're
and
really
have them.
fun.
Like I looked up like the main ones to play, and I got those ones.
The thing about Kingdom Hearts is that it's really fucking fun. The story is hilariously convoluted.
I've heard that too.
It is wildly convoluted. I would not play the games to understand the story. I would play the games to have fun and then go look up like a breakdown of the Kingdom Hearts like full story because it is all over the place. And when I say all over the place, there's like 4 different main groups you follow.
Oh, damn.
Like through the thing.
Yeah, I've heard that it was quite wild with the story. I watched like one YouTube video that explained the whole thing, but that was a long time ago. It
plays this shit fast,
and I had no idea what was happening because I haven't played any of them. So.
If I haven't made you do it yet, I'm gonna sit down because it's something I come back to every once in a while, and I love it. I love the Barry Kramer, a good enough guide to Kingdom Hearts, or a good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts.
It's so good.
It's so good. If I've not made you sit down and watch it, we will sit down and watch it together because I love that. I come back to it every year or so. There's like a week-long period where it's the thing I just go to sleep to because it's just so fun to listen to. But yeah, so the PSP Kingdom Hearts game was Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. That's where you get, that one is probably the most like prequel to the whole series of any of them. Because you find out all the events that lead up to Sora getting his Keyblade type shit. And then leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3, they did like the full pack where you can buy, it was like Kingdom Hearts 2.5 or some shit that had like 1, 2, and like all of the expansions and shit.
I think that's the one that I have.
Yeah. So you probably have that. They then dropped another thing after that, which I think you get for free with 2.5. But it was called Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, which I'm fairly certain is just a cutscene. Like, I'm fairly certain it's just a collection of cutscenes that explain some extra shit you need to know before going into 3. Otherwise, stuff was not going to make sense. Do not quote me on that. I don't know. I just love this fucking title because it's the stupidest shit. 0.2 birth. It's the 0.2
Why
part that's the
that
craziest to me.
specifically?
I don't know.
Is there a like 0.5, like a 0.5?
I don't think so.
That's how much of a game it is.
It's 0.2 of a full game. Oh my goodness. 0.2 a fragmentary passage. Birth by Sleep.
So yeah, I'm a big poser. I do plan on playing the Kingdom Hearts series soon because I am tired of not knowing what's going on. And if I'm going to continue to wear this, I should at least know a little bit.
You should at least know the basics. You should at least be able to name. You should at least know who Roxas is.
I mean, Goofy, Donald, Mickey. I was so tempted.
I know who Roxas is.
He knows who Roxas is.
Well, you've been watching.
It's a name of a guy in the game.
I mean, I was so tempted to just say Mickey when the person asked me what my favorite character was, but it's like I don't know how long Mickey's been on screen for that game.
A lot. He's been in since.
He comes back without his shirt on.
He does. He comes back without his shirt on for some reason, and they don't tell you why until game 3.
What?
Wasn't game? I think in game 3 they explain why his shirt is off. Like he just isn't wearing his shirt. It's the stupidest shit, but it's so great. Oh man.
I only know anything about the game because of the good enough.
The good enough summary.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so
I'll
good.
have to watch it.
If anyone listening to this, if you don't even have to be interested in Kingdom Hearts, you just have to be interested enough in the stupid convoluted bullshit that goes on in Kingdom Hearts to go look up Barry Kramer on YouTube. Also, just goes by Barry to a good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts.
Is it animated?
It's not animated, but
because that's the one I remember seeing.
It's scribbled.
I remember seeing an animated.
There are
thing.
accompanying sketches.
Okay.
This is from like the. This is from like the era when JoCat was getting really prominent.
Yeah, it'll crash.
So it definitely has like some of that influence in it. JoCat's just being really cute on the internet now, but.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I did see this, but I
This
don't
guy.
remember any of it.
Isn't JoCat off the internet now?
Last I checked, they were just doing different.
Is JoCat not the guy who had to step down because people were being like ass about? He did the "I like girls" thing, right?
Yeah, let me go check their channel.
If it's that guy, he stepped away from. He literally like just quit YouTube about like half a year ago.
Oh, okay, dang, that sucked.
Yeah, people were being real dicks about it, about that music video. He was like, you know what? I realize I'm just not about this life. So, but yeah, is it this one or is there a different?
Yes, no. It was
okay.
I remember specifically the character designs.
Yeah,
and of the thumbnail, the
Yep.
character designs that was
last
there. I
post was
specifically
4 months
remember
ago.
those. Yes. Do I remember anything in that video?
probably
No.
not. We're gonna watch it again because I love this video so much. Fun fact about this guy. So this is Barry Kramer, pretty famous. Like, I won't say pretty famous, but like a decently famous animator. But he was the important thing to know about him. He used to be the editor for Game Grumps. Like he was one of the most. And he was with the Game Grumps crew for a long time. He started off as their editor, like back in like the John era. Stayed the editor after Danny joined. He stopped doing editing when they got Kevin, but he stayed on. He was in the Grumps, so he was doing stuff with them there until eventually he kind of he decided to basically retire from Game Grumps, and now he just streams mostly.
If you've ever heard Barry edit that out,
Yeah,
that's the Barry.
if you've ever heard that sound clip, Barry, edit that out. Like that's the Barry we're talking about here. So fun little YouTube lore for you guys. But fuck, I love his good enough summary of.
The girls thing happened in 2021, so they definitely came back. They just
It's weird because D&D Shorts was just recently talking about it, like this year, about like some. Because I know he still does. Apparently, he still does like cameos. For
he uploaded 4 months ago about like some stuff.
Really, let me see.
Yeah.
What's the guy I'm thinking of?
But this post I just saw was from 5 months ago. Interesting. I wonder, maybe he was getting continual harassment and eventually decided to like.
I think that's what was going on. It was just continual harassment.
Put a target on his back.
This is the guy.
He's also actually I don't even know if the P is the correct pronoun because he's also out there being queer as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, which I'm all about. But
4 months ago. I feel like that lines up correctly. I'd have to look through it, but I remember like that was a pretty big deal that he was like stepping down away from YouTube because he was just like,
well, if that's what's good for him.
yeah. Well, it's good that he can step away. It's bad that he's in a position where he has to. That people were treating him that badly over that shit. But
You're right.
yeah. So Kent's a poser and will continue to be a poser until he finally plays Kingdom Hearts.
I already knew that.
Yep.
Well, we did know that.
We still love him anyways, even though he smells like Kingdom Hearts.
Fucking say he smells like you would like Kingdom Hearts.
And again,
A wild insult.
I would not know what that even means.
And just know that it's wildly disrespectful. You smell like some of the people we went to school with.
Everybody I've ever loved in my life likes Kingdom Hearts.
Same.
Actually, that's not true, but pretty much most of my friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like there's a lot of people who, if they were more into video games, would very much like Kingdom Hearts because they're basically already Disney adults anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yo,
what was that?
sorry,
I think that just got approved as an anime.
Meiruko-Chan.
Yep.
I watched it.
Oh, this what I have.
Yes.
Oh,
This is so good.
It
well
is
then,
very
good segue over to our final segment of the night, which is Manhwa with Fluffy.
And the
Or
opening
manga with Fluffy this time.
Opening and closers are bops.
I'll have to give it a watch then because I had thought I had seen some whispers about this getting approved. I was very excited for it. This is. Do you want to read the thing?
I'll read the thing. Meiruko-Chan. All of a sudden, Miko is able to see grotesque monsters all around her, but no one else can. Rather than trying to run away or face them, she instead musters all of her courage and ignores them. Join in on her day-to-day life as she keeps up her best poker face despite the supernatural goings on. Oh, girl after my own heart, because that's absolutely what I would do. I'm just going to ignore that this is going on. If no one else can see it, I'm just going to consider I'm crazy.
Yep.
Well, tell me about this manga that's gonna become anime radar next week, maybe.
This is so good. This is some peak Japanese horror. This is peak silly bullshit. It strikes a really, really good balance between this girl being in these genuinely terrifying situations where you're like scared for her life.
Are we talking like Junji Ito level?
I wouldn't say Junji Ito level, but definitely like
The scary side of yokai.
yeah.
Okay.
Like it draws really heavily on like Japanese. I'm not gonna pretend like I actually know what's going on with it, but I can tell that it's like a very uniquely Japanese flavor of like spirituality and horror and like the scary. It's in that like strangeness as an American reader really plays into it, really strengthens it for me.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it. Like really, really weird because within the setting, she is.
There's 666 users tracking it.
Oh my god, that number needs to never change.
And 777 score.
Oh yeah. I didn't even register that.
Oh, they're starting to show the scores. Okay. Yeah, it's very good. I don't remember much of the plot because I read this in 2022, I want to say.
Okay.
Probably even before that actually.
The fact that it has horror, psychological, and slice of life. It is tag list makes me want to. I'm down to start watching this.
Illustrations, gorgeous. Characterizations, both funny and mortifying. The plot is interesting. And just I can't recommend this one enough. And I will be watching the anime for sure.
Hell yeah. Cannot wait to be starting that.
I double that. It is very good. I only watched the anime. I haven't read the manga, so I'm sure there's a lot more maybe that goes on the manga, depending on how many more chapters there are of this versus the
my
anime.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, they look just like that, and a lot of other grotesque and wild creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And she just does her best to ignore them.
Just ignore 'em. Pretend like they're
She's
not there.
holding the book cover that she's on.
Is she? Oh, she super is.
She really is. Holy shit. Yeah, and she's the only one that can see the level of detail.
So it's like, what else can you do, man?
yeah.
Yes. So it's
Oh, that's right. I'm starting to recall flashes of the plot as we're discussing this, but yeah.
Yeah.
There are other characters in there too, like her friends. She makes friends and stuff, and I don't really think the plot, at least in the anime, starts to hit until like maybe the middle of the show, and like the story, the story actually starts to take hold. Yeah, it's a story.
Well, because a lot of it is centered mostly around like no, thank you. The premise of what if you had to go through every day of your life surrounded by grotesque, monstrous horror
That only you could see.
and that you just had to ignore. So like not that different from modern society, but
Fair.
Fluff's just like,
fair.
that's my every Tuesday.
That's fair.
Yeah, really good.
Can see Ghost Chan. Tell me that's not what Meiruko means.
I don't know. Are those tags or like
No,
what?
this is the alternate title.
Oh.
Can see Ghost Chan. Which implies that can see ghosts is just the English translation of Meiruko. Either way.
Maybe.
So she just gets this power and there's no great reason as to why she gains it. Not born with it sounds like.
I think something happens, but I don't remember what it is.
That's fair.
I don't remember either if it was explained in the anime. But
not very consequential.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, hopefully we get to that, watching that this week.
And again, the opening and closing songs, both bops. They're both really good.
Okay.
Another non-skip opening, non-skip closing because the bops are just so good.
Fair enough. Yeah, I am.
Let me see the name again real quick.
Can see ghosts. Chan.
Meiruko.
Oh, he's Google translating the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, child who can see. I can see it. Child who can see. So probably a little more cryptic
Fair.
than can
See ghosts. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, no, that's super interesting. So, yeah, we'll give that a watch hopefully sometime this week and might have anime radar for y'all next week.
Mm-hmm.
One more here before we go. Speaking of spirits.
This one's a half love, half hate relationship with this one. I used to love this. I used to genuinely really enjoy it. Spirit Farmer. I can
read it. All right. After training for 11 years to reach superhuman status, I gave up on my dream and returned to the family farm.
Okay.
But suddenly, Hawa appeared. She's a powerful farming spirit who can make anything grow, even produce that enhances people's powers. Now I've got my superhuman ID card, more spirits friends, mouth-watering grade A crops, and quests. Will Hawa and her friends lead us all to fame and fortune and change our lives forever?
I'm assuming Hawa is the girl.
So I'm assuming it's
Wait a minute.
Fairy thing
I didn't
down
even
here.
see the fairy.
I didn't notice that at all first either.
Yeah,
I think I forgot to say the title. It's Spirit Farmer, by the way. But yeah, go for it, Fluff.
Yeah, well, like this is. I love this. I loved this one for a really long time. Honestly, and I don't hate it. It's really good. It's thematically, it's about like finding your strengths and learning to contribute to and like live a fulfilling life and contribute to your community with things that are like outside of the norm. In this case, specifically like a more agrarian lifestyle, right? Especially in like a system ruled by violence where violence is valued. Finding a way to provide for yourself and others outside of that. That's a really cool piece of artwork.
That's a really cool piece of artwork.
And that is really cool. And also him like learning to find joy in these things, learn to find joy in stepping in this like fatherly role with the spirit.
Wait, so is this the spirit, or
That is the spirit. That little
this
girl.
is the spirit? So
Yep.
it's the fucking fairy.
The fairy is just fairy.
Okay.
He collects. He builds his community around himself, and a lot of different stuff keeps happening. But it is the author really just can't stop themselves from just making it more and more like lowly bait, and it gets, because at first you're like, okay, it's like he's stepping into a fatherly role, right? Well, then the lowly fairy shows up, and you're like, okay, that's whatever. And then the scientist who accidentally drank a reverse aging potion is trying to like age herself back up, shows up, and
It's Pura.
like throughout all this, the writing is there's the characters that you're presented with and the writing, right? The writing handles everything fine, right? But you keep being presented with these lowly characters. It was the point at which it was like the fourth or fifth character that was like just a lowly, and you were like, I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna keep reading this.
No, yeah. It sounds like a lowly harem's going on there.
I don't like those words being
I don't
together, but
either.
I wouldn't describe it as a harem. Is a little strong for what I would say, but it's just, it puts into question like what's going on here.
where's the line, dog?
Yeah, like
Because I keep thinking we're at the line, and then you step over that bitch, and now I'm like, do we have a line or do we not?
you
like
bring
the-
in the weird scientist. Okay, that's whatever, and then you make it very explicitly clear that there's no attraction whatsoever. But then you push it, and you push it a little bit more, and then you bring in another character.
There's no
only,
attraction,
like,
but maybe there is.
one. There's the mom, and like one other character that's like just a human woman. And I don't know. I found at a certain point I just found it very irritating, and
That's fair.
Yeah.
reading it.
It's kind of like how Oda has a very specific style of woman he likes to draw. Maybe this artist has a very
I'm gonna stop you there. I don't even want to. I don't even like where that implication is going.
I don't know either.
Have we talked about the Seventh Prince on the podcast yet? I don't think we've had a chance to actually talk about it here yet.
I don't know if we have.
Well,
Briefly, at least.
did we?
Yeah.
Well, in case we didn't,
I feel like that's not as bad.
Yeah. Well, the Seventh Prince. Well, let's talk about what is the Seventh Prince.
all right. Seventh Prince is an anime we started watching. I think. Did you read a manga of it?
Yes,
as
I
well?
read. I'm actually caught up right now.
Okay, he's caught up on the manga of it. Seventh Prince is a really cool reincarnation anime that is based around a mage gets killed for being basically a low-level mage, someone who's like wildly obsessed with magic, gets killed in the previous life and gets reincarnated as the son of basically born into a royal family. You've learned very quickly about this world is your status in life is based on how you're born. It's a caste system. It's just what it is. And with people born to elite families generally have more like magic power compared to others. That you learn that pretty quickly because you realize it's not that important to the plot at all. Your main character, I cannot immediately think of his name. Prince.
Actually, I can't remember. He's just the Seventh Prince. They usually refer to him
Right.
as.
But
I'll find
either
it
way,
real quick.
he's born into the body. Initially, you see that he's born like as a baby in the first episode, and then every episode takes place when he's like 7 or 10 or so. Firmly in a child range, but the character is, because he's a reincarnated mage, Lloyd. Because Lloyd is technically the reincarnated mage. He's coming with all the knowledge and power, like the knowledge and wisdom of this mage, now in the body of someone who has elite royal blood and is now the strongest mage. Like the strongest like magic user like in this fucking realm. And most of the plot revolves around him trying to keep that a secret
While flexing his godly
while
powers.
flexing his godly like magic powers. Not so much because he's like worried of any, like there's nothing of any real consequence that would happen other than the fact that he just doesn't want to be distracted away from
magic.
He's obsessed with magic. That's
It's
it.
easier for him to investigate magic if nobody really bugs him.
If no one's bothering him like that. And that's the whole deal. That's what that pretty much all gets set up as. As the show goes, it's a fucking fun show. Like it's actually a lot of fun.
It has some really fucking cool animation.
Amazing animation sequences when it comes to like the use of magic and the way this, I would say this show rivals Doctor Strange when it comes to
Doctor
like
Strange.
all out like the use of using magic and how magic is presented within the world. Like how Doctor Strange was like this super cool like kaleidoscopal and like just crazy effects everywhere.
Okay, I see what you mean.
This show basically does like the 2D anime version of that, and in some ways is even stronger than what Doctor Strange was able to pull off. Like for a anime, and I don't really recall what studios is producing it, but like for something that like you would normally only see in like shonens that have gained insane popularity across the world, they're doing some amazing effects for their magic and shit. So like as far as plot goes and your characters go and the use of magic and the quality of the effects, it's a fantastic show. The knock against the show is there's a weird,
I would call it the lowly gaze.
because I was about to say there's a weird male gaze being applied to Lloyd specifically that's really off-putting at times. Like, so reminder, Lloyd is like this 7 to 10-year-old like boy, like is firmly a boy, not ambiguous at all. There's shots of Lloyd that he is like 3 steps away from making a high gal face. Like there's,
Don't like that.
if there's some shots that can only be described as sultry. Like Lloyd, if the words "ara hara" came out of his mouth, would have made sense in context, even though it makes no full sense like visually. Lloyd is dressed in a very specific kind of way that is like technically reminiscent of like what a middle ages. It's actually very ambiguous when this story takes place, but it's castles and royalty and shit. So like not quite medieval, but not modern either. Somewhere in like that weird in between.
Fantasy with steampunk adjacent. They're not. They play pretty fast and loose with.
They play really fast and loose. But like you get these like just shots of Lloyd that it's just straight up for the male gaze, like the most stereotypical male gaze. Like take any fan service moment from almost any other like anime you've ever seen, and just swap this 7-year-old boy into the moment. It is.
Don't like that.
Don't like it. I don't like it, but it'll do it for like one episode for like 10 minutes and then it just stops doing it.
10 minutes.
Like, so like there'll be like a 10-minute like span in a single episode
Where you're like, oh, this is getting
too much. And then it'll just not do it for like 2 more episodes after that. So like, it'll just be like completely like, just pretend like that shit didn't just happen.
We're smithing swords and doing cool magic stuff
Yeah.
now. Like
We're smithing swords and doing cool magic, and like most of the shots of Lloyd are in his weird little chibi form because he's being like cheeky and funny. And like, yeah, the 7-year-old kind of has his own harem because like for some reason all the women on staff are in love with this kid. Like, and it's not like the show doesn't do fan service with like the adult women in the show. Like, you still get your fan service shots. Like the amount of times we have seen Silpha, Lloyd's like bodyguard / maid / like tutor / teacher thing going on. The amount of times we've seen her
made, the skill set is adventure.
Is adventure, which you straight up find out she was an adventurer. She's like one of the highest level adventurers in the kingdom. There was like a couple episodes where you saw her. The amount of times you see her in like ripped up clothing and like just gigantic breast heaving,
Basically everything but the nipples.
everything but nipples. To the point that there was a bath scene that happens where
They just don't
they
draw
just
nipples.
it's not even about even trying to cover them up anymore. They just don't draw the nipples and like call it a fucking day. Like, and how any other anime would either have like the hair strands like conspicuously placed over the boobs, or like, okay, the hair's too short for that, so we're just gonna have steam like clouds in the right. They don't even bother with any of that shit. They're just like, look, well, y'all know the deal. Y'all know what we're here for. All of you sick fucks out there know what we're here for.
Leave it.
We just can't draw the fucking nips. We'll all get past it.
Or the nips are just so far. Like, is it when they're like hanging out in the
No, they
bath?
just
No,
don't
no.
draw the nipples.
Or like,
As in, water level is at the navel. Breasts are fully out of the water. They're just not
There's
drawing
no
nips.
hair on the chest. I mean, maybe if the nipples were positioned like right here,
Yeah.
as like she's like smothering Lloyd or some weird shit.
Right here, and like the size of like your pinky nail. Maybe you can get away with. No, there's a few, because there's like one girl who doesn't even have the hair long enough for that, where her breasts are just there and they're just not showing it.
It's the
There's no steam in the fucking shot. That's the best part.
It's just too cloudy in the room. Too much haze to see.
Too much haze.
joke's on us. All the women in this world don't have nipples.
Right?
They're nippleless.
Like, so it's
No,
like
they
it's a show
definitely
that's
do.
not, it does, as a show, it doesn't shy away from fan service. Like, that's like, it's not like that's the craziest thing. It's the way they keep applying it to Lloyd, which makes me think, and I said this to Fluff while we were watching it, I think, I was like, it feels like initially the character of Lloyd was supposed to be a girl. But for some reason, even though he's been switched to being this kid, like a male kid, for some reason, like someone keeps taking over and still doing these shots as if Lloyd is a teenage girl.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Like an
okay
adult
with
girl, right?
the genderness of it. I'm not okay with the age.
It's the age that's the biggest problem here, right? Like, it's.
But yeah, but I do
weird.
get what you mean when you say it feels like Lloyd was supposed to be a girl, because he's very feminized.
He's incredibly feminized. Like, not that it's an important part of his character at all. The thing you need to know is that he's a god level being in the body of a child who just likes magic, and that's all he cares about, and he just wants to learn magic, to the point that he has a demon literally like bonded to him because A, he's wildly more powerful than this demon who's supposed to be one of the more powerful creatures in the world.
oh shit.
And B, he's just so fascinated with demon magic because he loves learning new types of magic that
Might as well tap into the forbidden.
he's tapping into like demon magic now.
Well, and you can't kill demons,
Oh yeah,
but he wants to try and do it.
yeah. Like the introduction of this demon character that hangs out with Lloyd was literally Lloyd goes into some forbidden like library or some shit, encounters the demon. Demon tries to kill Lloyd, and that's the first moment you get like the real cool magic sequence. And like Lloyd, you find out, is a psychopath. Like Lloyd is psychopathically like aroused by magic. He is, and don't tell me that he's not. Don't tell me I'm wrong. No, like Lloyd is a slut for magic, in the same way that Mao Mao is a slut for poison from Apothecary's Diaries.
Yeah.
He is insanely excited by magic, and you find out that's when you find out he is this god level being that can't be fucked with. And he just fucks this demon up for like was it 30 minutes? Like he had planned to go for like some hours, but like only hurled like he was hurling spells at like 100 spells a minute for like 30 minutes.
Wait, no, that's the.
Or was that the other demon?
That's the other demon. That's the demon that he actually does manage to kill.
Yeah, okay, that's the one, the demon he does kill. Never mind.
Did he kill it?
Shit.
I thought he just like.
The demon literally crumbles to ash at the end.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think the explanation was.
I was hoping we were going to get a Pokemon Yokai Tamer-esque of him just collecting demons as little pets.
Oh, he collects little pets.
He does collect pets.
Just as they're not all demons.
I was just hoping that they would be like, I just was hoping that like demons are so far beneath his power level
He's
that
just like-
killing them isn't even like a good payoff. Taking them as pets and making new and like building out a team of like pet demons,
Yeah.
that would have been fun. But the show is in such a weird place because I would unequivocally like recommend it to anybody because it's such a good show. Except the
It's
one
weird.
really weird aspect of it that keeps happening.
Yeah.
They seem to have, it was really bad episode 1 and episode 2. And it seems like either someone got yelled at or it got popular enough that editors had to start taking a much more like deeper look at it and making sure like what's getting sent out. Because
And then his sister kissed him.
and then his kid sister kissed him, and that's where we left off, and we have not watched since then.
It's
Yeah.
Damn.
every time I'm like, oh, this is going well. Maybe we're out of the woods, and then I'm like, we can't watch this anymore.
It was like, and then your
said-
mom walks in the room, and
It
all of
said
a
you
sudden,
thought.
you thought. It's like, yeah, it's obviously it's not like it's on fucking Crunchyroll, so it's never gonna get anywhere crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like they're never going to like start
Manga doesn't
implying
get
action.
crazy.
The manga doesn't get crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have some interesting shots,
Yeah.
but really, the anime does a great job of capturing the feel of the manga.
Which is such high praise that's being used in such an unfortunate light right now.
Yeah.
There's like literal shots of like Lloyd's.
I don't know if you're going for manga or upskirt right now.
The
I'm sorry, for
upskirt.
magic or upskirt right now.
Upskirt. There's like shots that would have been an upskirt in most other anime or manga. And they're just swapping Lloyd into place for it. There are like slam cuts and like lingering shots on like ass that is so weird to like see with this particular character. Lloyd is drawn with like permanent red marks on his knees. Like it's not red marks, it's like shading,
Like blush.
like blush, but it's a type of shading you only see in a certain context with other anime and manga that makes it really weird for it to be on him here for this story. The show is a recommend with a gigantic asterisk.
It's weird.
It's fucking weird. Like there are gonna be some weird moments you just have to deal with. And you have to just see one of those moments and decide if that is for you or not. Because the rest of the show, once again, pretty fantastic. Like you have
Really enjoyable.
it's the One Punch Man thing of like your main protagonist. It's not even One Punch Man. I would say it's like reincarnated as a slime season 2. Like where your main protagonist is never losing to anybody. They're the most powerful thing on the fucking screen at all times. And the show is about the hilarity and the fun that goes on with having a god level being like surrounded by people. Like most of your conflict and like your tension is happening to the people around him. Like when it comes to Lloyd, you're never meant to think that he's in any kind of danger. You know that Lloyd's not in danger. Your main conflict with Lloyd is how does he use the moment to his benefit to learn more magic? And that's your whole thing with Lloyd. but it's a very low in that way. It's very low conflict or low stakes. It's high conflict, low stakes. Because you just know that anybody that's in Lloyd's camp is never going to suffer a major consequence of any kind. Maybe, as far as I know, so far it's like even if they're on the ropes, it's only because Lloyd hasn't stepped in yet.
Yeah. They'll die.
Well, and they like to
He'll
play.
probably just
They
resurrect
like
them.
to play a game of they take the stakes and they go free. They crank them up to here, and then
Right.
you're like, I don't know, we haven't seen Lloyd whip anything out that could beat that yet, and then Lloyd's like,
Whips the thing out. They can just. Oh yeah, no, because it's Lloyd. So yeah, recommended. I was reincarnated as the seventh. I was reincarnated as the seventh prince or the seventh son of.
Seventh.
I was reincarnated as the seventh prince, so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability.
There it is. It's a fun show. There's just going to be some weird moments in there. And that's to wrap this all the way back around to why I even brought it up in the first place.
Big ass tangent.
Right? It sounds like what is going on with Spirit Farmer a little bit.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Spirit Farmer is much less sexual about it.
Okay.
Spirit Farmer is a lot less stated. It's just kind of there.
It's just sort of there.
All the time. It's where you're like,
It's like a dead pixel on the screen.
yeah. That's a great metaphor.
Really. Oh my goodness. Manga artists, I need y'all to like get up. Or manhwa artists, actually. Manga artists too. Yeah. All of y'all. I just need y'all to like fucking huddle, like tighten it in, man. Like
Get less horny for children.
would be nice.
Yeah.
Because like you could have just made Lloyd like 18. As a matter of fact, you do that in like episode 3 or 4.
Yep.
Like Lloyd magics his age up to be an adult so he can go on dungeons and shit. Or actually not even for that. It was so that he can sneak away. But
He does go dungeons.
Say it again?
He does go dungeons.
Well, he goes to the dungeon, but I forget if he aged himself up for the dungeon or if he
Yeah.
just needed to sneak away and disguise himself.
You know, because he meets the
Chi chick,
Yeah.
key chick.
Yeah. And so he had to be not recognized. So as I'm saying, he aged himself up to go to the dungeon, but so that it's for disguise purposes. But either way, like they do that. And it's like, you could have just did that. But they also dropped all the horny for him the second he was an adult. Like the second he was an adult, there was none of that happened. Because now he
doesn't have a plump ass.
he no longer has a plump. Why is it so plump? Why? Like for real though. Oh man.
I'm upset and I want to go to bed.
Same. I don't envy my job later when I have to fucking edit this episode because I have to put pictures of this in there.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get screenshots. Once again, it's a fun show. Like I like the show. I just that one little aspect of it that it's just like
No pun intended.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
I had to do it.
Fine. All right. It is 1:30 in the morning. Good episode. I feel like that felt like a good one. Felt like a really good one.
I like that.
I liked it. All right. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit like on the video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, do whatever the fuck that you do on Spotify.
Leave a review.
Yeah,
Give
do
us
that.
5
Yeah.
stars.
5 stars and reviews. Do that. Follow us on our socials. You can find us at wherever our fucking various socials that'll say it on the screen somewhere. And yeah,
We love you.
we do.
Stay gay.
Bye-bye.
Nice.
Manage to twist this the wrong way every time.
I don't fucking know, man. How do you manage to change your light the wrong way every fucking time?
I hit the button. It's only one way.
fucking sorry.